It is June 12th, 2025, and today officially marks the day that I put in my notice for my very first nursing job, and I don't know what's next. In May of this year, the Lord started placing in my heart to start coming home, and I was like, no, that's not right. And then it came back, and I was like, okay, Lord, I'll look for some jobs, I'll see what's out there. And then, okay, at one point I was like, okay, Lord, if this is what you want, if this is the plan, then provide a job and I'll go, and that'll be what you want, and there you go. And then as I'm applying, as I'm looking, I'm like, there's really nothing out there. Lord, is this really what you want? If it's not what you want, then help me stop thinking about it. Help me stop worrying about it, questioning it. Don't let me be in the way. Trust me. And the Lord was like, he just kind of, it was a slap you upside the head kind of moment. And he was reminded me that okay, will you still go even if you don't have the security of a job? Will you still trust me in the unknown? Will you take my word and trust me that if I'm calling you to go, then I'm going to provide a way for you to go? And will you not trust me in taking this step of faith, not knowing what that next step is even going to look like? And I was like, okay, well, let's think about that. Because my heart is to go into missions, and my heart is to serve the Lord wherever he wants me, whether that's in Alabama or if that's in somewhere else in the States or somewhere overseas. Wherever he wants me, I want to be obedient to what the Lord is calling me to do, whether that looks like what I want or not. And that's always been my heart posture. That's always been Lord, where you lead me, I will follow. That song, very prominent in my life. Those thoughts of even if it's not what I want to be where you are at and where you're leading. And that's always been what I said, but this is kind of putting money where my mouth is and challenging my faith and asking me to take this step of faith that I don't know the answer. And as a person that really likes planning and really likes to know what the next step is and know what the future may look like in my head, that to say, okay, Lord, you're in control and you have a plan for me. It's hard. And this is the hardest decision I think I've probably ever made to date. And that's partly why I'm recording this, because I'm trusting and believing that God is going to use this for his glory and for my good, and that he's going to use it to grow me and mature me more than I've ever been stretched in my faith before, more than I've ever grown before, that he's preparing me for something, and that this is the next step in that. He has used this time in Birmingham to mold me and mature me in ways that I wouldn't have anticipated. And I've met so many wonderful people, and I've gotten to learn so many new things that are so beneficial. I would not replace this time for the world. And honestly, I wouldn't choose to leave it voluntarily. I wouldn't choose it on my own, but I know that where he leads and guides, he will provide. And I'm recording this in faith and trusting that some way, somehow, this next season is going to even be better than the last, and that he's going to do something new. He's going to be doing something in and through me, I pray, that would be glorifying to his name and to grow his kingdom. July 6th, 2025. That's today's date, and that marks the very last day, very last shift that I work at Children's of Alabama on 9 Harbor. This is my final moment, and I said goodbye to everybody, cried through my last report. We had Qdoba to mark my last meal there with all my friends, and that's special to me because Qdoba was one of my favorite places to eat whenever I had appointments at Children's when I was a kid. That was my go-to thing. It was what made me look forward to my appointments and got me through. So it was a very full circle moment to be able to celebrate and commemorate the good and the bad, just like I did then now. So it's a bittersweet moment. I'm sad to see this chapter close, but on to the next. July 28th. It is a beautiful Monday, and I have officially completed my very first day of work at my new job. I started over at the wound care center, and it's sort of like drinking out of a fire hydrant of how the day kind of went. I kind of saw and did a whole lot, just kind of trying to absorb as much as possible all at once, and I'm hopeful for the days ahead. I'm really tired, so it makes me concerned that I'm going to now be doing this instead of every few days to being every single day. So that's going to be a transition, and also just trying to learn to balance my time and try and see, like, okay, you're off now and you do have time before you have to go to bed, but use that time wisely. So I'm praying for the Lord's wisdom and for the strength and energy to be able to do this every single day, because your girl is not used to that. And so it's definitely going to be a transition. My hair's a mess right now because I honestly was ready for bed. I went and spoke at church tonight, which was a great honor and blessing, which I'm so excited to be able to do. But it's a little later than I was hoping to go to bed tonight. But I took down my hair, and then I remembered, hey, you've not documented this very important moment. So this is my documentation of saying, hey, today is the very first day of my brand new job. So we'll see how it goes from here. August 22nd marks 1 month of being at the wound care center. That was yesterday for me filming, and I was going to record it, but I completely forgot until this morning. So we're doing it now. Little update. I've been there for a month, and I've officially got most of my training done. There's a few more checkoffs I've got to do, but for the most part I'm on my own, and I'm really enjoying it. It's a lot of more fast paced than I thought it was going to be. It's very on top of things, but it's really cool, and I'm getting to learn a lot. I'm getting to see a lot, and it's something that I've always been interested in, so I feel so beyond blessed that I get this opportunity to explore another specialty that I have wanted to do. I still greatly miss children's and the people I got to meet and the things I got to experience, but I'm excited to see what the Lord's doing. It's definitely not made with a light heart. As y'all have seen through this process when I first started filming, it's not necessarily gotten easier, but I do believe that God is doing something through this, and that doors are being opened, and that I'm gaining experience in something that I might need in the future. I don't know what's going on, but I'm trusting Him, and I'm glad to be able to be back home with my family. This time that we've been given is so precious to me, and I'm just excited to see what the next steps are going to look like. But for now, I just want to say thank y'all for your support. Your prayers are appreciated in navigating these next steps and this new season of my life, and I feel so blessed that I get to share it with y'all. So if you have any encouragement, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns about anything, then put that in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.